So, at the end of the day, the numbers work out. And I'm sorry you feel hard done by, and I'm sorry that you're saying that you feel rugged. This is what has to happen.
I mean,
I think everybody,
even
I
if
think
I'm
everybody
making
wants.
18, even if what you're saying that I'm doing, you making $18 a month, it's gonna take 16 months for me to actually get the money back on what I put in right now.
No, it takes. Here, I'll give you the ROI dates right now for you. So it's going to take you. It's going to take you approximately 260 days, less than 12 months.
What the fuck?
I'm sorry, you
Shit.
said I'm gonna be making $18 a month, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 300, let's say that's what I spent today, about, 280, maybe 290.
Yeah.
Divided by 18 is 16 months.
Yeah, assuming that the token's at $250, which at $150, which is an unbelievably conservative estimate that I gave you. What I'm telling you to do is run the numbers for yourself. It's not as bad as you're saying it
I
is.
just did. I just used your numbers that you just gave me, and I'm telling you, it's going to take me 16 months to actually return anything back.
It it won't, but you can think whatever you want, brother. I'm
But
sorry.
based on what you just told me, though, right? It's
Yeah,
exactly what you just told me.
because I just gave you an absolutely conservative estimate. All right, I gave you an estimate at $150 when we're expecting the token price to be well with over $200 to $300, potentially even up to $400. I gave you an
I'm telling you,
unbelievably conservative amount just to demonstrate that it's still profitable.
I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that feels that they got really swindled just now. Like
Okay, well,
I'm sure I'm not. I understand what you're doing, and it's working for you. I get it. It's working for a protocol. It's for the better good. But you have to think about some of these little people like me, like that just literally got in here, and you basically, like, it's completely different from what we got into. Like, completely different with the
brother,
fees,
there's
monthly
no way.
fees, and different. All right.
Every single day somebody enters the protocol, there would be no right day to make a change to the reward structure. All right. And what we want to do is we want to build a protocol that's going to last for years and provide you returns for years.
Please.
And these changes have to happen in order to
But
achieve that goal.
Hey,
listen, I followed your
yeah.
tutorial today.
Hey,
I followed
Larry,
your tutorial.
we really have to move on.
Yeah.
Direct message me, and I will just literally help you out right now. So just direct me so we can move on with the AMA.
Yeah, and I want to add,
What's
we
that token?
Excalibur.
This is Excalibur. I'll message you in DMs. We will talk privately. That'll allow Loki to continue with the AMA.
Thank you.
And I want to add, we've seen a lot of feedback regarding Heimdall and Freynoth, and we definitely hear you. We're going to take it back to the team, and definitely take it back to the devs and take it to Loki and talk through some of these things that we're seeing.
Guys, listen, I appreciate it. I didn't want to attack you or anything, but you have to understand my point. Like, it's not a lot of money. It's not a crazy amount of money, but I did spend like the whole morning trying to figure out how to get this money, how to transfer it, how to get it over here. I come to read. I was so happy when I got this note. Like, I was ecstatic, and I come back to read like an hour later an announcement. And I'm like, my whole world crashed in front of me, and like there is no actual anything that I'm seeing that is bright at this point. I understand it, and I appreciate the
I'm
community.
sorry. I'm sorry that you feel that way, brother. And what you can do is you can talk to Excalibur directly in DMs, and he can explain how you're still going to make a nice ROI. I need to move on now to the next person. We've gone back and forth about this over
Thank
and
you for
over
your
again.
time.
All
Thank
right,
you for
brother.
your time.
All right. Sorry about that. So Crypto B, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I appreciate you taking me. I appreciate everything that you guys were doing. I feel like I've waited forever to get on here, so I'm just stoked right now, and I can't believe that. I guess I want to say I can't believe we just went through what we went through, but at the same time, I'm sure you guys are all aware that there's going to be a chunk of people that feel that way, and it is unfortunate. And you've already said that you were empathetic, and anyways, I'm rambling here, but anyways, I really appreciate what you guys are doing. So with that said, I just wanted to ask real quick, and I apologize as well because I'm sure you feel like you've been answering the same questions over and over again. So I appreciate your patience with that as well. So you guys want to, with the NFTs, and once you cap the nodes, for sure, the nodes, no matter how many you have, they will always continue to make some sort of passive income, or at some point, they won't generate income anymore. They will just be tradable NFTs that will hopefully be worth value. Is that correct?
You will always earn passive income. The model is not fundamentally changing. The mechanism in which the treasury obtains profits and generates revenue changes. So
Okay.
you have an NFT node that's producing you passive income. When as I said in the announcement, this is the final change. We're not planning on changing anything else. And in addition, you have an asset that's going to appreciate in value due to scarcity. It's actually a net win for you.
Okay, yeah, no, and that wasn't coming from a defensive angle.
Don't be apologetic, man. Answer you need, man.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to make sure I understood it. I mean, honestly, I'm stoked to be a part of the project, and it's been a lot of fun. And I think, I think even for you, all of us, I think the Hopium in general is awesome, and it's super fun, and like I said, I really appreciate all you guys, and super stoked to be part of the project, and I'm happy you provided that clarity for me. And yeah, that's all I got. I'll let the next person who's been patiently waiting for quite some time to get on, and yeah, like I said, I'm stoked.
No problem. I just want to confirm I have answered your question though, right? You're not being left high and dry here.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
no,
cool.
I am totally good. Thank you so much. Like I said, I'm thrilled to just get on here and get to say something. So,
okay.
Anyways, thanks a lot, man. You guys are all awesome, and look forward to growing with you guys. So.
No, we have a very the reaction today is a speed bump in the pursuit of progress and into the pursuit of the larger vision here, and that is to really create a protocol that's going to work long term.
Yeah, no, and I think, like you said earlier, it's just going to take people to realize that in the long run, and every day somebody chooses to compound or buy a node, they got to calculate and think about, like, gosh, is this going to be worth it? And what you're doing today, while it feels like the guy who bought in 2 hours ago, whatever, is like, oh my gosh, like I thought I was buying into something different. Those feelings are valid. But at the same time, with you guys creating sustainability, that's what we all want at the end of the day. That's what I bought into, a month or a month and a half ago. And, fortunately, I didn't buy in 2 days ago or 2 hours ago, but I did buy into that hopium of sustainable passive income. And
this is the first step towards achieving that real goal long term here. And even the people who bought in a couple hours ago, they may feel very frustrated with this decision, but they are going to, I think, appreciate it over the long term when they have an asset that's producing them value constantly and in perpetuity.
Exactly. Well, cheers, guys. I appreciate it. I hope this wraps up soon for you, for you guys. And again, I appreciate everything. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right. I'm going to move on here to NTN. Go ahead.
Hi, Loki. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Man, I'm on the same boat as our friend earlier, but my response will not be emotional. I will just run through some numbers because I'm also a very recent person in Thor. Like, I discovered Thor just a week back, started with Heimdall nodes. I created a Heimdall today, like 2 Heimdalls 2 days back. Today, I created a third Heimdall. And honestly, I'll run a few numbers to you, okay? Right now, with the current announcement, I'm making some assumptions. I'll give you the exact assumptions that I'm making. Okay, current ROT for Heimdall comes around 295 days, including the service fee. If I'm assuming I'm paying it through Thor, I'm making it back through Thor. Whatever I'm paying as maintenance fee, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
paying back my rewards. So the
Mm-hmm.
ROD period comes around 295 days, almost 10 months. So see, from the concept point of view, I understand. Like you want to take care of the big money, you want to take care of the big investor, obviously because they trust more in you. They have more to lose. They have put in more. But we as small people also like we understand that they should get an advantage, but not to the point. I just want to focus on the imbalance here, like the skewedness or the imbalance is way too much. Like see, we have put in the small money, I get it, we are getting a smaller percentage in return. Okay, even if it was the same percentage we were getting smaller returns, I would have understood that. Getting a smaller percentage of return, okay, and I can accept that fact. I know sustainability is a big thing. I'm actually like you said rightly, because the market was going southward, a lot of people were looking for a hedge in terms of passive income, and that was exactly my idea. I started to look in nodes, went into strong, discovered Thor, not discovering a lot of other projects. So but I have my confidence here. Having being said all that, I'll just tell you, like, the smaller guy here is getting a smaller percentage of return, and you are actually billing them much more because their ROT is 10 months. He's paying the service fee 10 times just to reach his ROT, which seems a little bit unfair compared to the bigger guys. Like they're already earning a bigger, percentage, and they have to pay a lot less money compared to a guy who has a smaller node, like 50 times smaller node, and he's paying 5 times more service fee to reach his ROT. So that part, I think you should look at that. Like you I'm sure you can strike a balance somewhere there. This seems a little like, overkill. Overkill for the small guy.
I see your point here, brother. Look, as I said, the reason that we disclose things like this early is for us to be able to gauge community feedback and to understand, not only the larger player perspective, but also the smaller. You brought up some very fair points there, and this is stuff that we've already been recording down. It's been mentioned a few times now, and this is what we will be looking at, to make some tweaks there to make it a little bit more fair for everybody.
Yeah, and see, I am giving you this feedback because I truly believe that you and the community are taking the feedback. You can make a difference, and that is why I'm interested in this dialogue. That is why I'm openly giving this, this feedback, because I
Oh,
have the trust
I
and
need the
confidence.
feedback. Yeah,
Yeah.
I need the. I can't be guessing everyone's opinion here, and I can't be guessing everyone's mentality, right? So us having these conversations is extremely valuable, not just for the community to know that they're being listened to, but also for myself to help us and the team make more formulated decisions that are better for everybody. What we want is we want to create a system where everybody wins, and we will go from there, right? So
Yeah.
we've taken. I take your feedback here, and we will certainly be talking about this as a team.
Just one more point, actually, like just not reiterating the same thing. I have one more point. Like you mentioned about liquidity pools between
Mm-hmm.
AVAX and Thor, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, just try to put yourself like in my shoes. If I am coming to Thor website and if I see the options of two things, Heimdall, if I understand everything, I do the calculation. Okay, this is my ROT. See, what you will see is, as a person, as an investor, as a single end user, what I would see, I would put in 1.25 Thors. At the end of the year, I will roughly get. I will be in my hands. I will be having around 1.5 Thor. Okay, I'm very bullish on the project, but this is the summary of the things at the end of the year. But if I
I
put my Thor in the liquidity pool, I hope the industry standard is somewhere between 20 to 40%. I will be actually having more Thor at the end of the year simply by putting it in the liquidity pool. I have 100% liquidity. I have 100% numbers. I have all my coins with me. I don't have to. My risk is minimized in terms of Thor coins, and I'm getting almost the same return in terms of
I
APR. Okay, and I ran the numbers. If the industry standard assuming 30%, APRs on the liquidity pool, if that is the standard, it will take at least 2.5 years, 2 years, 8 months for my nodes, compounding everything, not even claiming a single reward, compounding everything after 2 years, 8 months, I will be able to match the same thing in my liquidity pool if I compound every single quarter in the liquidity pool.
I understand.
This
I
makes
understand. I,
this
I
makes
I hear you loud and clear here, brother. I hear you loud and clear. All right, this is
you
something.
have to look at this. Otherwise, I'm telling you, like slowly and steadily, like Freya and Heimdall, they will become like useless. I
I
think it's
get
a little
you.
aggressive word, but people will do the numbers. They are very rigorous in doing the numbers generally whenever they are making an investment, and these facts they will start to come out.
I get you, brother. I get you. This is why we put it to the community, and this is why we take back the feedback.
Yeah,
All right. Let me talk to the team. I've heard you loud and clear here, man.
yeah. Right now for me, like doing the number crunching, only Odin and Thor makes sense. Otherwise, really, like I'm not even comparing it to Strong has communicated that they will come up with the split nodes. Their reward percentage will not be changed for split nodes. They will continue to be that 0.91% per day. So I'm not even talking about external competition. I'm just talking about the Thor platform right now. Like just
I,
the offering between multiple products, it will, you know, it will not make sense anymore. These two nodes will not make sense anymore.
brother, I understand. I
Yeah,
hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. We will discuss this as a team, and we'll tweak things to make things make sense.
yeah.
All
Thank you,
right.
man. Thank you for taking the feedback. Thank you for letting me speak.
All right. You got it, man. You got it. All right. But I hear this feedback. I've heard it all throughout the chat here, and I've heard it
Yeah,
through you and multiple other people. This is something
yeah.
that we will adjust and come back to the community with.
Okay, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
All right, brother. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
All right, Joler Blades, go ahead.
Hey, can you hear me there?
I can hear you.
Hey, what's going on? Thanks for having me on. I wanted to come on. My questions were answered pretty much. I was waiting to come up here, but I wanted to give a perspective to everybody here. Hey, this is investment, and we all want it to be a long-term investment, and we don't want to come in here and try to make a quick buck and have it disappear, because it's going to screw up a lot of the people that are coming here, that are coming into the project later on, and then the people who came early are going to be the ones that are going to reap the benefits. We don't want that. And for everybody who's coming in now, I guarantee you, if you do the numbers, take emotions out of it, do the numbers, sit down and compound or cash out, however you want to do the number, it makes sense. I guarantee you it makes sense. And to put it into perspective for a lot of people, try to use stocks, try to use real estate, however you want to do it. I do both, all those things, and I'm pretty new into crypto, and this makes a lot more sense. And to give a little more perspective, so for those of you who are, maybe some of you know military members, some of you are military members. For a lot of military members, you have to wait 20 years to retire, and to get 50% of your pay after retirement. With Thor, if you do a quick investment, some risk, but a quick investment, I can make more than that in a day now, but in my 20-year investment in the military. So I know that there's a lot of frustration out there. I know that there are people coming in right now thinking, oh, this is not what was promised to me. We all understand that any investment comes with some risks, and the risk that it takes and actually the courage that it takes to make the hard decisions, to keep the projects going, that's what's going to build long-term growth, long-term wealth, not just a quick rich or a quick buck for everybody else. So
that's the
again,
whole point. That's the whole point. You're a nail on the head. What we want to do is we want to have a protocol that produces returns for people in an indefinite fashion. We don't want to have a timeline. We don't want to have a situation where we're looking at emissions and we're seeing just a dilution of the price over and over and over again because these huge amount of rewards are coming out. This is the only way that we can see a true long-term future here. This, in conjunction with the larger visions that we have to create this ecosystem, is what's going to create long-term wealth for everybody involved.
Correct. And again, I know that the vast majority of the Thor community is understanding and knows what's going on and is happy so far with the team. your transparency, your leadership, which is hard to be at the point of friction, especially when you're giving bad news. It's easy to give good news. It's very hard to give the bad news. But for everybody out here who's frustrated, take the emotions out of it, do the math, sleep on it if you have to, come back tomorrow, and then understand that this is a long-term, this could potentially change your life long-term. It's not going to be quick, but just make the investment.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And look, I fully expect people to be frustrated. I don't blame them. Especially the guys who just came in, it's really bad timing. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as good timing when we're talking about a reward decrease. There's always new people entering the protocol. What our goal here is to continuously build the long-term plans of this protocol. And I think the long-term plans are becoming more and more clear to both the community and ourselves.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Again, thanks for your leadership and your patience here. I know it's not easy.
I appreciate it, man. Look, I'm here for the community. It is what it is. It doesn't matter how it affects me. It matters how the community is affected, and I need to make sure that people know that we have their backs.
Great. I'm here for the long term. Thanks a lot. Bye.
All right, brother. All right, goddamn it, Jay. Come on.
Oh, baby.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm all right.
I got some questions for you. Different questions, not the same ones, I swear to God.
Okay.
So you guys move fast developing. Do you guys have any plans? Like, what are the plans for the next 6 months? If you can give us some sneak peek that you're thinking about besides the NFTs and specifically the UOT. What's the vision for that?
Okay, well, I'll start off here on the Thor long-term vision because we have long-term visions for both. So the Thor long-term vision here is to, one is to start off these new reward cuts in a proper way and sustain the current emissions without negatively affecting the protocol as we scale up on nodes. But also, two, is to really play into the ecosystem play. It's to create a fully fledged marketplace that's going to have a lot of activity and offer the engagement and pre-established audience on that marketplace to new NFT projects. That allows the treasury to build up a significant amount of revenue, not through new people entering the protocol, not through new nodes being created, but through transactional volume being done on an active marketplace. That's really where the long-term vision of this protocol is. We do have some other things up our sleeves that we have. It's not ready to be publicly disclosed yet, but that's really where the long-term vision is. 6 months to a year down the line. By 6 months, we plan on having the marketplace fully up. We plan on having it effectively be in the sustainable position that we want to be by that 6 month period. We're looking to have it done even sooner than that. Having said that, for the UOT, right now we're in the stage where we're debuting this self-regulatory agency, this self-regulatory organization to DeFi. So we've started off with a stealth launch, and we've stealthily introduced the social media channels and things like that into the community. The next stage is for us at the UOT is going to be drafting out press releases and gaining some mainstream attention. So I am working with one of the top PR people in North America who has connections to really every mainstream media outlet, and she's helping us craft up our press release, getting it signed off by the top broker in the in North America as well, and then going on a press circuit. So what we want to do is we really want to build the Union of Transparency huge. We currently have 3 protocols that are within the Union of Transparency, with about 13 protocols in the line that are looking to obtain entrance into the protocol into the Union of Transparency.
Perfect. Do you guys know currently what percent you guys are sustainable?
I'm sorry?
Do you know what percent you guys are currently sustainable? Is that a question I can ask?
What percent we are sustainable? I'd say, this is me using my guesstimation, right? We're about 60% of the way to being sustainable with this reward change. We'll be at 100% with the marketplace.
That's nuts. That's insane.
Yeah. No, we're making fantastic progress here towards our greater goal.
Perfect. No, that's amazing. That should be really good news for everyone involved. The last thing is, I kind of want to tell everyone this. I don't know why everyone is they can't do the math on their node for some reason. But I guarantee you spent tons of time, and I'm sure you did as well, making sure that the math is right for all the nodes and the ROIs are there. So just telling everyone, look at the calculators, they don't lie. There's ROI there is ROI in Thor nodes. You're not, even if you have a Heimdall, right? So just want to reiterate that. But aside from that, great job, Loki. You did a really good job bringing this token back from, the dead.
From near death, yeah, from our
Yeah.
death spiral. It was a hell of a lot of a fight, and to be completely honest, what's going on today and this pushback today is a walk in the park compared to that. So if we've already gone through something a hell of a lot more stronger than this, we're gonna get through this no problem. And look, I understand people are emotional, and people are making emotional points. Going, I'm feeling this and I'm feeling that, and I understand those feelings. But that's the reason, with the other guy, I did the math for him to demonstrate that there is an ROI to be made and that it still makes financial sense. Having said that, there's been some good feedback regarding the proportionate rewards on the lower end tiers, and I think that's something that we need as a team to take another look at and see how we can tweak that to be a little bit more fair. So I see both sides on this perspective, and that's the reason this AMA has been immensely valuable, I hope, for both the community and for myself as an individual. It's allowing me to see where the community's pressure points are, and doing my best to alleviate those.
That's amazing. They're amazing as usual. Last thing, you guys should buy some merch and actually give back to the Thor community. It was providing some ROI. Come on.
Yeah.
You guys have to.
Yeah. Well, I gotta send you a message about that anyway. I've been super busy. Yeah. All right, brother.
Thank you. Later.
Thank you very much, man. Have a great day.
Hey, Loki, I don't want to interrupt again, but I have to. Larry wanted to come back on stage and talk really, really quick. He wanted to apologize and say some good news.
Sure. Look, I mean, he doesn't have to apologize. He doesn't owe anybody an apology. Where is Larry? I'm trying to look through him just through the list here of people with their hands up. Larry, I will find you while I'm answering some other questions here, and I will send you an invite as soon as I find your name here. Just please make sure you have your hand up. But until then, ABNMP 111, go ahead. Can't hear you, brother. So another mic issue. So try to figure out your mic issue. And I'm going to move over to Hollywood. And hopefully by the time Hollywood's gotten his question answered, I'll be able to take care of you.
What's up, Loki? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, bro.
Beautiful. All right.
Man,
I've been here since we did the, what did you call it? A death spiral? I was buying on the way down. I'm buying on the way up. I've had faith in you guys for a long time. And this is something that I've thought it's got to happen. I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. So this is bullish. This is very bullish to me. I had a couple questions or suggestions if you guys want to take into consideration.
For sure.
The OG NFTs you said you guys are dropping to everybody that's basically been here up until 10 days from now.
Yes.
Something I had thought of or heard of on another protocol. I can't remember which one it was. But they had a burnout, basically, where the NFT rewards within that NFT would burn out over a certain amount of time. Or another way, just to kind of like, not reward the people who have been here this whole time, but just to be like, thanks. Do a very small, burned out price or boost in percentages that we're getting. That maybe it burns out in 30 days. I don't know, but something, people eat that up. It's something that makes everybody feel good.
This is something I've already thought about. This is something that we've been talking about in the background. I'm an under-promise, over-deliver kind of guy. So I don't want to say unequivocally one way or the other, but we want to make the NFTs going to the people who are here, prior to this new reward change. We want to make them something special for them. So we'll be announcing the effects of those NFTs later on.
That's awesome. Another one I had was with God mode. Somebody came on earlier and he didn't really have any incentive to go to God mode because he was all about the Odins, which is great. I mean, I just got my first Odin 3 days ago. With God mode, and now that we're paying the monthly fees per node, and the claim taxes differently per nodes. With God mode, can we combine that into an Asgard or something like that and have a higher monthly fee, etc., and work those numbers out somewhere so we don't have different fees for different nodes because we have all these different tiers?
I love that idea. That's also something I've been thinking about. It's something I'm not ready to disclose, publicly yet.
I'm just giving you my ideas and
Yeah,
you do
no,
what you want to do. Yeah, I'm not looking for answers.
I've thought about and I like a lot.
Yeah, I'm not looking for answers. I'm just spitting my ideas so they're out there for you guys.
And then give me the stream of consciousness.
Hey. Another one I had, after the 60 days that you essentially have to pay your fee and the node quote unquote disappears, what happens to that? Say later on when we have a node cap and somebody, they lose their seed phrase or something and they can't pay the nodes. Do those go back onto the market through you guys in a sense for us to purchase?
We haven't made the firm decision on that yet. Certainly, if somebody lost their seed phrase and has had some kind of effect like that, we would want to take care of them and either destroy the node that's in their compromised wallet and issue a new node NFT to make up for that. Or it's something that the protocol will hold. We're open to both options, and that's something that obviously as time goes on and as we get closer to the nodes actually being NFTs in marketplaces, we'll make that a lot more clear for the community.
Gotcha. Nice. Okay, last one, then I'm out of here. The ROT, I thought that was a really great thing to have. If you would maybe talk with the team about maybe a decaying ROT to incentivize us to hold, because me myself, I'm compounding until there's a cap, most likely. But to incentivize people to hold on to them longer and maybe cash out less, etc., do a decaying claim tax in a sense, like start out even higher, go back to the 25% per node and then cut it down to 20 after a month, and then maybe down to 18 after 2 months, etc.
Yeah,
with a floor, obviously.
I've gotten. Yeah. There's been a lot of people who have recommended that, and it's funny, because I got a lot of negative feedback over the ROT period, and as soon as we were talking about taking it away, a lot of people are going,
"No, it's necessary on the AVAX network."
Yeah, I'm just trying. I'm trying to figure out the way that we're going to make the most amount of people happy, and so that's something that we're going to certainly look at and adjust.
Awesome. Well, that is great. You've answered everything. I hope everybody ends up happy in the end because that's the goal, and sustainability is key. Thanks, man.
Awesome. All right, brother. Have a great day, man. All right.
You too. Take care.
Ciao, brother.
Okay.
Hey, Larry.
I'm back. I'm not gonna waste too much time. I really want to apologize for my emotional outburst a little bit earlier. I feel like I wasted your time on this, but one of the main things I want to tell you that this is an insane community. I'm literally almost down to tears right now. The donations keep coming. I thought it was a joke. I gave somebody my address, and Ryan just blew up. So just the community alone, and you guys doing what you're doing right now seems like this should be something that I should be part of for a very long time than anybody else. I just wanted to say that I really don't need you. I don't need a feedback from you, Loki. I just wanted to say this, and I wanted to apologize again, and to everybody else on the AMA that I wasted time. I'm really sorry, and that this community is insane. I have nothing more to say. These guys are too amazing.
Oh.
But we love you, Larry.
That's a lovely thing to hear, brother, and I'm really sorry about the timing. The timing without a question. You don't owe us anybody an apology. I understand your frustration. I genuinely do. I'm really happy that you've seen the strength of our community. Our community is killer, and it's the reason why we've been successful, and we're going to continue to be successful, because our community knows that we respect them. And I know that you certainly don't feel that because of the timing of you entering the protocol. So I really hope that you stick with us for the long term, and you're going to see that this was a really unfortunate timing, but I think you're going to be very happy here in Asgard, my friend.
Honestly, I'm already happy. I'm happy because these group of people are They are, and it's insane. I have not really seen anything like this from crypto community. The things that I've done, which is not much, but I have not seen things like this. This is too
We're
much.
special. This is a special community. The Asgardians are incredibly strong, and I'm thankful to the community every single day.
I
Thank you,
appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Sorry to waste your time again, and thank
brother.
you very much for it.
It's all good. It's all good. Thanks for coming up and clearing the air, and I'm really happy that you're that you took a step back here, and I'm happy, brother. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna send you back down to the audience, but you're more than welcome to listen and hang out now. And hopefully you're in a better space. All right, ABN.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Sorry about that. No, just real quick. This has been talked about, and I'm not going to waste your time very much on it, other than just to kind of follow the last speakers about the disappointment on the maintenance. A strategy of mine is long, and I assume with other people also, has just been compounding. I mean, I haven't claimed. I have no intention of claiming anytime soon. It's just been about compounding. And I've been here since mid-December, so fairly early. And for those people who are fortunate enough to accumulate a good amount of nodes, 20, 30, 40 nodes, the maintenance fee on that, I can see it reaching hundreds of dollars per month. And that's just something that when this came out, yeah, there was frustration, there was disappointment, there was anger. And I really don't agree with it. Just point blank, I don't agree with it. And it's when you talked about paying out of pocket for fees, without doing the math, we can all do the math. I'm just talking about how it is perceived. That, yeah, since I'm not claiming, I feel like that's going to come out of my pocket and potentially hundreds of dollars. And so it leaves me with the thought of, it's almost forcing me to claim just to pay maintenance fees. I'm all for taxes. I'm all for ways to sustain the treasury. I knew from the very beginning the rewards were not sustainable. I knew this. Anybody that has been involved with Thor knew this. And I'm certainly not against ways to come up with additional revenue streams for the treasury. It has to be done. I understand that. The maintenance fee, though, I do not I just completely disagree with. And that's all I really had to say.
Look, man, I really understand that, and it is a change to the model, and I'm sorry you feel that way. What we need to do, though, is in the interim for the protocol, we have solved the issue of the protocol creating these constant sales and this downward sell pressure, but that's come at the cost of a treasury that's growing. And so what we have to do is we have to create a solution that grows the treasury and allows the model to produce revenue, while simultaneously not providing downward sell pressure. Unfortunately, this is a situation where you can't have your cake and eat it too. This is a change that needs to happen. Otherwise, the protocol needs to start selling Thor. And I think everyone would appreciate more to pay a nominal monthly fee on percentage wise of what your returns are, and sell off the Thor that you need in order to pay that, or pay it out of your pocket. That's your own decision. But this is what needs to be done in order for the protocol to have a treasury that grows and continuously produces more and more revenue to justify the rewards being distributed.
And like I said, I get that. I understand it has to come from somewhere. But the gentleman before and myself were kind of on two different ends of the spectrum. Him just entering and facing the frustrations of, in his mind, having to now pay these maintenance fees versus someone who's been here for a while and their whole plan has been to compound. And now, when you are fortunate enough to reach the higher amount of nodes, it's going to be a significant fee.
Sure,
And
but
I
I mean,
think-
remember that the fee is, you need to think about the maintenance fee in proportion to a single node. So if you have more nodes, you're producing more in passive income. You're getting more Thor in monthly in daily income.
Of course.
Yeah. So
It's just a perception.
I understand the perception. I think the perception would be even worse if the protocol was consistently selling Thor on the market and driving the price down. I think that would have a more negative effect on the morale of the community.
Right. Well, I appreciate the time, and I'll get off here, and we'll just agree to disagree on this one. But I do appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem. And look, all opinions are valid here. You know, it's what we're doing is we're forging a new path here. So you know, I appreciate your feedback. You know, if we will be certainly adjusting in the future if things need to be adjusted, but this is the plan on how we're really going to reach the first major milestone in sustainability before we hit the actual marketplace where we hit, you know, true sustainability indefinitely.
Sure. Thanks again.
All right, brother. All right, Kid Bucko.
Yeah, hi Loki, can you hear me?
Hey, buddy. Yep.
Yeah, hi mate. I've just got one quick question, but just before, I'd just like to say it's been a roller coaster here. I'm on Australian time, and I went to sleep last night, and it was 2:25, and then I woke up this morning at 5 a.m. for work, and I looked. First thing I do is check the price, and it's like 150. So bit of a roller coaster, but it's. Looking at the price just now, 192, that's such a credit to you and the team that it's recovering to where it has so quickly. So, yeah, that's definitely a credit to you guys for how you've handled it. But yeah, just my question. Obviously, the rewards have cut, and you've said that we're at where it's cut to will be as low as it will ever go. Now, as the Treasury grows and they invest in more projects, if you guys are making more money through the Treasury, will that open the door to potentially increasing the rewards in the future? But maybe
what it will open the door for is more and more buybacks, driving the price higher and higher. So proportionally, you're making more.
Yeah. Right, okay, I understand that. I was wondering maybe you could have said it could increase, but with the thought that it can always drop back to that minimum level. But yeah, so it's just the price that will be increasing.
I mean, you know, I'd have no problem increasing the rewards, but the problem is I think a lot of people would enter in the protocol at the increased rewards, and then we'd have a similar situation if the market has a downturn and we underperform expectations. I'd much rather be in a situation where the fraction of your rewards in daily Thor is worth more by the virtue and the mechanism of buybacks, rather than hey, we're going to increase rewards and now the market's gone down, now we have to decrease rewards again. I would much rather us be at just a static point of rewards where everyone knows what to expect, and then have the value of those rewards appreciate.
Yeah, I appreciate that. That's just more of my understanding then. Just as I was thinking, as the Treasury grows, that could be on the table. But you're explaining it well there. As the Treasury grows, it will just add to the buybacks and increase the price. So yeah, that answers my question.
Beautiful. Well, I'm happy I could answer it for you.
All right, thank you.
No worries, man. I'm going to move you back to the audience, and guys, we're 3.5 hours into this AMA. I think I still have 94 people with their hands up. I'm obviously not going to be able to get to everybody here with their hands up. What I'm going to do is we're going to call it here for another 25 minutes. We'll do a 4-hour AMA. I think this is by far the longest AMA we've ever had. Hopefully this answers almost everybody who has a hand up right now. So I'm going to just invite up some more people, and we're going to try to get this. We're going to try to make sure everything is answered here. If you have your hand up currently, and you have a question that's already been answered, I would super appreciate it if you could just put your hand down. So it just makes it easier for me to find new questions to be brought up. Thank you guys so much, though. You guys sticking by us, and the action, the price action here is very encouraging for the long term future. I know that we're all going to make it, and that's making my heart smile right now. But awesome. Let's go to B. Williams first.
Hey, mic check.
1, 2. Sounds beautiful.
All right. Hey, I spoke to you last week on the Crypto Underground on Twitter.
Right on. Yep.
And so I just got 2 points. The first, I don't want to kick a dead horse, is about the price reduction. The second is going to be about the over the counter and if that's going to be impacted. The first, I got to tell you, I was kind of hoping for like a 30-day runway. When I asked you on Twitter, I'm not holding you to anything. I get it. You got to do what you got to do. But I was kind of hoping for like a longer sort of descent to sort of ease into it. That being said, I just saw the announcement. I just created an audit node to kind of absorb what I can before you guys cut the rewards. But is there any reason why it wasn't a longer runway?
It's really down to the amount of node increase and the amount of emissions increase. We have doubled our node count in a week. So if we waited another 30 days, we would be, close to the strong level of nodes, which is a significant problem for a 2-month-old protocol.
Fair enough. No,
look, my goal here was to give like a freaking month notice, ideally. But we've seen explosive growth, and while the explosive growth is fantastic in the short term, I think we all need to understand that growth and hype behind new people entering a protocol that doesn't last forever. And so this new buying demand that we've seen from the massive growth in the protocol is a finite resource. And what we need to do is we need to act proactively before we see a drop off in demand, but an increase in emissions.
All right, fair enough. Second question is about, as I recall, seeing some of the guys on Twitter. I haven't done it yet because, like I said, I just created my first Odin node right now. The over OTC, the over the counter. Is that going to change it? If I have it correctly, I believe it was Yusuf who said in the Discord or on Twitter that if you want to dump or sell rather 150 coins, then to open a ticket with you guys, is that going to change? And where do you see that going?
No, that's not going to change. That's going to expand over time. So what we want to do is we want to create that OTC offering to be more and more automated. Right now it's a manual process, but it's something again that we are the first ones to introduce, and we're forging the new line here. It's something that we are very excited about, and we have no intention of stopping it. I think it's going to be immensely valuable, especially long term, as people are saving up their rewards to be able to cash out the rewards without affecting the price.
Just so 150 is still sort of the line in the sand.
I'm sorry. No, well, we're going to adjust it over time. Right now we've done a lot of $25,000 purchases as well, and I know that the listed limit there is $50,000. So we're certainly going to adjust that over time. We need to find the perfect balance where we don't want to have lower end buys. When whale buys, when I'm talking about like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 buys, we want to have those hit the market for positive price action, right? So it's about finding that balance of how much a negative sale would affect the protocol versus how much a positive buy would affect the protocol.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Well, I'm stoked, and good luck, and thanks for everything you do.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. All right, Goat, go ahead.
Did you say Odin?
Goat. Sorry, Odin, you're next.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
This is Goat. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Just I had a question I posted on AMA, and it had to do with NFTs. I don't have a lot of knowledge with it, although I did research it way back when. My question is, when we move into the world of nodes for NFT, is there such a thing where you can rent an NFT? I know you can have a one-to-one where you can buy an NFT for a node, and I also know that you can take a NFT and or a painting, for instance, and break it into like 10 NFTs. Is there such a thing of taking a note and breaking it into 10 NFTs? And the reason why I'm saying this is because if I'm initially, prior to this conversation today, we've taken a lot of time in, compounding. It's going to take a lot more time now with the way the new rewards are structured. But my point is, I wouldn't want to sell my node as an NFT. Is there a way where we can rent a node at a percentage to a external person, where it's a risk reward? You rent them like whatever the contract is, and after the contract, whatever the term or whatever length of time they want to rent it for, it reverts back to us. In that instance, I make 90% or whatever it is, and they take a risk reward. If it goes up, good for them. If they lose, that's the risk. And at the same time, you can build a revenue stream for Thor, where Thor can make a percentage or two on this rental. But I don't want to just sell my node. I mean, does this make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. That's a really good idea. That's something that I will talk with the team about. But that's a very interesting idea that you just brought up.
And that's just a new revenue stream for you.
Well, it's just a new utility as well, and it's also an ability for people to enter the protocol without a higher level of
exactly. I was thinking about the guy that was talking earlier.
You just sold me on the idea. I like the idea a lot. So that's something I will certainly look into.
Now, my question is totally listed in the AMA question there. I put it in there. I guess if you search my name, you'll find the entire question there. But it's just, I don't want to sell my node. I'm not one of those people like to sell it, even though I know that, especially when it comes to capping, you don't want to sell your nodes. This may be something where, I'm okay. I've already made my money, and I'm okay making whatever it is, 90% of whatever it is. I'm all right with it at that point in time, and, at that point, I can pass this person the maintenance fee. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you can tack that onto them, and then they make, we'll make 80%, and then that's part of the fee. And then whoever gets engaged in this, they don't have to worry about maintenance fee, because then they could tack that onto like a whole node rental or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, it's a really cool idea. It's a really cool idea. I'll probably reach out to you in DMs, and we can talk about that, and I will talk about it with the team.
Okay, I shut my DMs off because of what you guys said. So.
Okay. Well, no. In that case, I'll talk to you publicly in the public channels, brother. Don't turn your DMs back on. You'll get a bunch of scammers.
But yep, that's exactly right. So anyway, I hope that's something you guys look for. I think it's a great revenue scheme, stream for you, and I don't lose my node.
I love the idea. I have no issues with the idea. I don't see any issues. But obviously, this is something that I'll have to talk with the rest of the team about.
So the one question that I guess we didn't really answer in this is, are smart contracts able to revert back to you? Like if I rent my node out, is it they can revert back to you? Like, I don't want to wait for this person.
All a smart contract is it's an if then. If X happens, Y happens.
Okay,
right?
That's great.
And so you can program really anything into a smart contract you want. It's an interesting idea, and I'm not a developer. I don't know how to write a smart contract. I've never written a smart contract in my life. I look at code like an illiterate looks at a book. I am not the right person to be able to tell you 100% that it's possible, but to me, it sounds like a really good idea, and I can't see an obvious flaw in that concept. So that's something that I will talk to the team about, and great recommendation.
Okay, take care. Have a nice day.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Goodbye.
All right, Odin, it's your turn now. Mr. Stoneheart, I feel like I've already answered your question. Did I answer your question here, Mr. Stoneheart?
Yes, you did. I just had a couple of questions.
You wanted to
okay. Out of respect here for everyone else, I'm just going to send you down in the audience just so I don't get confused on who's still up here.
Mine's super quick, so I'll be out of the way.
All right, awesome.
On the website, it says the new reduction for the rewards will be, for the Odin, will be 1.02 Thor a day, but on the Discord, it says 1.25. Just wanted some clarification behind that.
Well, the Discord announcement is the correct announcement. I'm not gonna lie. Since I made the announcement, I have not looked at the website. So I'll look at that, and if there's an issue there, I'll make sure that's corrected right away.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. No worries. So sorry about that confusion.
No, it's all good.
All right. Oh, gee, I almost moved you down here, Mick1. Go ahead, Mick1. All right, your mic's not working, so I'm going to give you some time there to figure it out. I'll move over to What's Up, Doc.
It's good, man.
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, bro? Hey man, real quick, I just wanted to give appreciation to you guys, gratitude, bro. Like, being here and TAing for you guys since the new year and watching price grow and stabilize and the community grow, man. It's just been obviously a beautiful thing to witness. And at first I'm going to be transparent. When I saw the announcement for the reduction, I was kind of iffy, but after listening to the AMA, man, and you explaining thoroughly, the reasons why and the vision long term, not just a couple months down the road or a year, it really makes sense. And as we get closer to the middle of the year and to the end, man, we're definitely gonna see price increase, and it'll make up for the reduction of the rewards. So
that's what we think too. We're expecting some nice price appreciation over the next couple months, and I think that's going to, it probably, in all honesty, it probably won't affect you won't get the same amount of net in dollar terms returns as from the old reward structure, but I think it's going to bridge that gap as much as possible.
For sure, right? And I think it's important that people see that too, the growth in under a month. From what you tanked that's like $16, and now we're back. We reached the all-time high at 240, and now we're stabilizing around 200, 190, which is insane. So still a lot of room, man. I just everyone needs to realize that, and I'm just looking forward, man, to the future for Thor and everything to come. So I'm solid AMA, man. You're oh yeah, man. All right, man. That's all I got, bro.
All right, brother. All right. Well, thank you very much, man.
Appreciate
it. All right. All right, Kane, Milkwin, have you figured out your mic? I'm going to take that as a no. Sorry, buddy. K3 Nice, go ahead.
Hello, K. How's it going, man?
Hey, buddy.
Funny enough, just before I got on here, one of my two questions was already answered about just the price difference of reduction awards between the Discord and the announcement and the site. So that's that. My other question though is you announced the OG NFTs for people who for holders that are before the rewards reduction. Is there any idea as to what exactly the OG NFTs will do utility wise?
All right, guys, look, I think that's about it. The reality is there are some changes. This guy on Twitter, this is where I first heard the news, and then I said, what changes is happening? I went to the Discord, and well, you guys heard what I've heard, basically. I think strong remains strong because, fair enough, there was one halving, but in version 1 there wasn't any plans for any other halving, and they've been going coming up to I think, is it a year, or it could be longer than a year. I think strong is strong, and it would do Thor well if they basically they need to give people more time, because a lot of the smaller guys are going to be penalized having to pay these Thor fees. Right, so if you can hear anything in the background, that's my dog. Having to pay these four fees in AVAX before you even get any rewards. So people that's just jumping in now, like myself, it's not going to be good, is it? Anyway, let me know what you think in the actual comment area, man. I think this is a wrong move for Thor. I understand, obviously, they can reduce the rewards, but you're bringing two things in. You're reducing the rewards, plus you're introducing paying the actual fees to run the nodes. That's literally, that's two hits in one go. You could have brought one in now and one in later on, right? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, man. Catch you next one. Peace. Your boy's out. Later.